Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, biggest news of the year had to be yesterday. Biggest news of the year had to be that Canelo Alvarez is going to face Daniel Jacobs on May the 4th. I mean, that's the biggest news for me. Because I didn't expect that to happen. In the middleweight, it was being held hostage from Canelo and Gennady Golovkin, and people still talking about they want to see the trilogy and things like that, which it shouldn't be. There's people out there, there's mandatories, there's challengers, mandatory challengers, there's other champions. So we want some unification and some fighting of some mandatories, like all other divisions. We're trying to see what's happening, right? Nobody trying to see Canelo and Gennady Golovkin the third time without them fighting somebody else. And then if you beat those guys, then meet again. You guys know I've said it 1,000 times. I understand that. But sometimes you got somebody new might pop in. It's only 5 of us. Maybe 6 might turn up, right? So we explain that. Now, the news, right, which I know, but it's good to hear him say it. The promoter of Canelo Alvarez, Oscar, the Golden Boy himself, De La Hoya, has said, Jacobs worries me, right? Jacobs worries me, right? And I know he does. And he tells why. He's sure Jacob can punch. He can move. He's a great boxer, right? But what really worries him is that he can fight good out of the southpaw stance. And, he's basing his, that fact out of other fighters that worried him against Canelo. And that would be Erislandy Lara, who arguably beat Canelo, and Austin Trout. We won't forget you, Austin Trout. We feel with you, homie. And Austin Trout is the guy who I told you fought in San Antonio, and they had this so-called open scoring, which after 4 rounds they tell you who's winning and what the judges have said. Now, Austin Trout, for some of you people who say, "Oh, Canelo beat him," go watch the fight again. Take the time to do that. Have the empathy to do that. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck here. Go watch that fight. You watch those first 4 rounds. And you checking Austin Trout, he's undefeated. So that means you believe in your ability and the technique that you're using. You're undefeated, right? You're the champ. You go in here and you win at least 3 of the first 4 rounds, if not all 4. But it's 3 of the first 4 rounds. Especially just watch it with the sound off. Well, matter of fact, whatever, leave the sound on. You guys are smart enough. Watch it yourself. And after 4 rounds, Austin Trout was told he didn't win 1 of them. The fight's over for me. That means this dude who you told didn't win 1 of them, who thought he probably won all 4 or definitely 3 out of the first 4, now he has to go and change his whole plan to fight Canelo, which means he has to stay in the pocket longer. He has to try to do, outpoint Canelo by far. You're telling a guy that, a counterpuncher, a guy who does different things, sticks and moves and whatever. You're telling him now I have to stand here and just throw punches because I'm not getting points for what I'm doing. Those are the guys, right? Austin Trout and Erislandy Lara, right? Those are the ones who worried Oscar De La Hoya. And Lara is documented. Oscar De La Hoya did not want that fight. So Canelo, and kudos to Canelo, because Canelo's like, I don't care what you want right here. This is about legacy. And I feel I can beat these guys. You got to give props to that. And Canelo, I've been on him for a while because he is definitely, wrapped in cotton in a way. Like I said, he's never been on the wrong side of a decision. He had his own weight division for at least 3 fights. His own weight division. Things like that. And, it would irk you that he never, has to deal with adversity at all. So it's not helping his character, but no one cares about that because his bank account and everybody's bank account around him is doing fine. Nobody's going to care about character in situations like that, so I can be talking as long as I want to. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Bottom line, though, it is what it is. So, of course, Oscar De La Hoya is worried about Daniel Jacobs because Daniel Jacobs is the bomb. He thinks that Daniel Jacobs is the 2nd best middleweight in the world, which means he thinks he's probably the best, but his commodity, his man is Canelo. So he ain't saying nobody's better than Canelo. And Canelo is all that. Let's make sure that's clear. Canelo is all of that. He can fight a whole bunch of different type of ways. And we've seen that with his fights against Gennady Golovkin. Not saying I thought he won either one of those fights. I think Gennady Golovkin won the first fight hands down. And the second fight was at least a tie. And Gennady Golovkin is the champion. So he should still have his titles. No doubt about that. But Canelo was definitely in there. He showed he can evade punches. His defense was awesome in the first fight. And the second fight is still right in front of Canelo. Gotta get Golovkin. Gotta give him props for that. But all of this video is not about Golovkin at all, because he's gonna have his own problems. Because now he has to fight somebody. But I said that already. The bottom line is this: Daniel Jacobs versus Canelo will be a good fight. Oscar De La Hoya is worried about the fight, and as a promoter, you probably should be. Doing Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.